Alright, episode 6. Let's see if we can get a new winner. The Bloodbath. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Cassidy runs away from the cornucopia. Jessica does the same thing. Mrs. Afton retrieves a tray from inside the cornucopia. Michael runs away from the cornucopia. Dylan takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Susie finds a canteen full of water. Evan runs away from the cornucopia. Foxy spears William in the abdomen. Jeremy and Oswald run away from the cornucopia. Chica and Elizabeth fight for a bag. Chica gives up and retreats. Millie runs away from the cornucopia along with Freddy. Gabriel clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Bonnie retrieves a tray from inside the cornucopia. Cassie runs away from the cornucopia. Andrew gathers as much food as he can. Fritz runs away from the cornucopia. Sarah grabs a bag and retreats. Golden Freddy runs away from the cornucopia along with Charlie. Gregory retrieves a tray from inside the cornucopia. Day 1 in the Hunger Games. Dylan unknowingly eats toxic berries. Gabriel scares Foxy off. Charlie and Fritz hunt for other tributes. Chica practices her archery. Elizabeth runs away from Gregory. Evan diverts Bonnie's attention and runs away. Freddy questions his sanity. Oswald thinks about home. Golden Freddy discovers a river. Susie, Sarah, Jessica, Mrs. Afton, and Cassidy hunt for other tributes. Millie injures herself. Michael and Cassie hunt for other tributes. Jeremy camouflages himself in the bushes. Andrew discovers a river. Fallen tributes. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. William from District 7 and Dylan from District 11. Night 1. Chica receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Golden Freddy poisons Cassie's drink but mistakes it for his own and dies. Bonnie sees the fire but stays hidden. Michael receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Gregory loses sight of where he is. Andrew receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor as well. Cassidy bashes Oswald's head against a rock several times. Sarah receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Susie receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Foxy and Gabriel huddle for warmth. Elizabeth tends to her wounds. Mrs. Afton quietly hums. Charlie goes to sleep. Jessica is awoken by nightmares. Evan kills Fritz while he is sleeping. Jeremy climbs a tree to rest. Freddy destroys Millie's supplies while she is asleep. Day 2 in the Hunger Games. Michael diverts Andrew's attention and runs away. Gregory sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Evan receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Freddy and Mrs. Afton split up to search for resources. Bonnie practices his archery. Jessica travels to higher ground. Sarah receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Susie practices her archery. Foxy sprains his ankle while running away from Jeremy. Cassidy makes a wooden spear. Charlie receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Millie forces Chica to kill Elizabeth or Cassie. She decides to kill Elizabeth. Gabriel sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Fallen tributes. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Golden Freddy from District 3, Oswald from District 10, Fritz from District 4, and Elizabeth from District 6. Night 2. Cassie thinks about winning. Sarah and Chica run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Evan, Cassidy, and Andrew sleep in shifts. Mrs. Afton convinces Charlie to snuggle with her. Millie goes to sleep. Foxy questions his sanity. Bonnie cries himself to sleep. Gregory looks at the night sky. Jeremy receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Jessica, Freddie, Michael, Susie, and Gabriel sleep in shifts. Day 3 in the Hunger Games. Gabriel tries to spear a fish with a trident. Freddie injures himself. Bonnie overhears Jessica and Chica talking in the distance. Charlie and Susie work together for the day. Gregory diverts Sarah's attention and runs away. Cassie makes a wooden spear. Andrew picks flowers. Michael tends to Millie's wounds. Jeremy attacks Cassie, but she manages to escape. Evan explores the arena. Foxy collects fruit from a tree. Mrs. Afton makes a slingshot. Arena event! Acidic rain pours down on the arena, same as last time. Susie is unable to find shelter and dies. Sarah survives. Freddie is unable to find shelter and dies. Evan survives. Mrs. Afton is unable to find shelter and dies as well. Gabriel, Cassidy, Millie, Chica, Gregory, Jeremy, and Jessica survive. Bonnie injures Michael and leaves him in the rain to die. Foxy is unable to find shelter and dies. Cassie survives. Charlie is unable to find shelter and dies as well. Andrew also survives. Fallen tributes. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Susie from District 4, Freddie from District 1, Mrs. Afton from District 7, Michael from District 6, Foxy from District 2, and Charlie from District 9. 1, 2, 3 districts out. Night 3. Millie is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Same thing with Gabriel. Andrew, Sarah, and Gregory sleep in shifts. Cassie tends to Bonnie's wounds. Evan and Jeremy hold hands. Cassidy stays awake all night. Chica thinks about home. Jessica receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Day 4 in the Hunger Games. Gregory sprains his ankle while trying to run away from Sarah. Millie tries to spear a fish with a trident. Jeremy sets an explosive off, killing Cassie. Chica makes a wooden spear. Gabriel, Andrew, and Jessica hunt for other tributes. Evan receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Cassidy diverts Bonnie's attention and runs away. Following tribute, 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Cassie from District 12. Night 4. Gregory tends to his wounds. Chica tries to sing herself to sleep. Millie sees a fire but stays hidden. Cassidy thinks about home. Andrew looks at the night sky. Gabriel attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Jessica shoots an arrow at Jeremy but misses and kills Bonnie instead. Evan questions his sanity. Sarah receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Day 5 in the Hunger Games. Millie practices her archery. Cassidy attacks Jessica but Gregory protects her, killing Cassidy. Jeremy's trap kills Sarah. Gabriel overpowers Chica, killing her. Andrew accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Evan searches for firewood. Fallen tributes. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Bonnie from District 1, Cassidy from District 3, Sarah from District 10, Chica from District 2, and Andrew from District 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are out. Night 5. Millie thinks about winning. Jeremy cries himself to sleep. Gregory passes out from exhaustion. Evan and Gabriel talk about the tributes still alive. Jessica receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. The feast! The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes' families. Gabriel, Gregory, Jeremy, and Millie team up to grab food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs. Evan strangles Jessica after engaging in a fist fight. Day 6 and the Hunger Games. Gregory picks flowers. Evan shoots a poisonous blow dart into Jeremy's neck, slowly killing him. Millie camouflages herself in the bushes. Gabriel makes a slingshot. Following tributes, 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Jessica from District 9 and Jeremy from District 5. Night 6. Gregory kills Evan with his own weapon. Gabriel accidentally steps on a landmine. Millie dies from hunger. The winner, Gregory from District 12. Gregory 1st, Millie 2nd, Gabriel 3rd, Evan 4th, and Jeremy in 5th place. Alright. We got a new winner. So far, so good. And by far, this is going to be the longest episode until later on.